say thinking skill, what does that make you think about? Math or reading? Curiosity or hard work? Maybe kindness or empathy? What if I asked you to name the 3 most important thinking skills? The collaborative problem-solving approach says the 3 most important thinking skills are frustration tolerance, flexibility, and problem-solving. Let's start with frustration tolerance, which is a fancy way of saying being able to effectively deal with things that are frustrating. Part of life is dealing with frustrations like people who annoy us, challenging schoolwork, boring chores, paying bills, and so much more. The thinking skill of frustration tolerance is being able to handle these frustrations without hurting ourselves or others. Flexibility is the ability to bend without breaking and to change our mindset when situations change. Flexible thinkers can work with various types of people, different kinds of work, consider multiple options for a solution, think about others' opinions, and trying or thinking something new. When we go with the flow, we're being flexible. Problem solving is the ability to use what we know to fix problems. Problem solving includes recognizing obstacles, taking advantage of resources like people we trust, thinking about our needs and the needs of others, as well as considering multiple possibilities for solutions. We don't always create a perfect solution, so part of problem solving is also looking at what we tried, removing what didn't work, keeping what does, and changing what needs to be changed so that a solution works for everyone involved. Like Tim Feeney says, goal, plan, do, review. It might help to think of the 3 thinking skills with a poorly drawn analogy of a ravine, where a river is flowing through. Flexibility would be like the river, which effortlessly moves along and around rocks, dirt, and rocky turns. If we look at problem solving would be like building the roads and bridge over the ravine, connecting 2 sides for a durable solution. And frustration tolerance would be like how the bridge handles weather like rain, an earthquake, or a big huge wave, or years of the sun beating down. So if frustration tolerance, flexibility, and problem solving are the most important thinking skills, then how do we improve in these areas? Great news! Thinking builds thinking skills. There are parts of our lives where we do a really good job with these thinking skills, and there are parts of our life where we struggle with using these thinking skills. Step 1 is to think about where we are already using these thinking skills. In what situations do you tolerate frustration the best? When are you the most flexible? What kind of problems can you solve most effectively? What are we thinking and feeling in these situations? Step 2 is to think about specific situations where we struggle to use these thinking skills. Is it with friends, at school, at home? What are we thinking and feeling in these situations? The more specific, the better. In step 3, we compare steps 1 and 2. What is it about the situations in step 1 that makes it more doable to handle frustration, be flexible, or problem solve? How can we use this information? What is harder about the situations in step 2? Why? What needs to be done differently? What can we use from the situations in step 1 to help with situations we struggle in? Here's a quick example. Here's step 1 for Ozzy. He can handle frustration well when it's losing a game he is playing with one person or when he doesn't lose too much. He doesn't handle frustration near as well in school, where when he gets mad himself and feels embarrassed about not understanding the work. He struggles more with frustration tolerance when there are more people around and when he doesn't understand what to do. Recognizing this can help Ozzy in figuring out how to improve his frustration tolerance. We can try and figure out what works for handling the frustration over here to try and use help handling frustration in school. Of course, all of this is easier to work on with someone else. So let me know if you'd like to explore ways to work on improving your thinking skills in frustration tolerance, flexibility, and problem solving. Thanks for your time. Have an excellent rest of the day.